Hello everyone, this is Nitika Gupta from School of Computer Applications, and today I'm going to deliver a lecture on conduct, controlling and closing procurement. So let's start the session. Let's start with this PPT. As we already discussed about the procurement management plan. So in procurement, it is when you need to purchase or rent or contract with some external resource to meet your project goal. So these relationships, like any process in the project, need management. And managing these relationships means getting the best quality from the outside vendors employed by the company to assist in its doing business. So there are constraints in a relationship with vendors that revolve around cost and time. Now, uh, uh, what is the use of procurement? Actually, procurement management is a way to more efficiently and productively handle the process of sourcing, requisition, ordering, expediting, inspecting, and reconciliating the procurement. However, before making partnerships or purchases, the question of whether the goods and services are required from outside vendors must be answered. Therefore, weighs the pros and cons of producing the goods or services in house and contracting the work out. It is the relationship with outsider companies necessary and cost effective in the long term. So, once an informed decision has been made, only then can you move forward with the confidence that the steps you are taking are financially sound and fit within your time frame. So we have already discussed about the planned procurement management, in which I have already told you that during the planning phase of the it is the first procurement that is identified during the planning phase of the project, and for every external contractor there needs to be a statement of work, that is SOW. So I'm not going to discuss again about the procurement management plan. So let's start about the conduct procurements. Sorry. So after finishing the paperwork of the first phase, the conduct procurement phase is when you study the bids that come back and determine which one is to accept. Before deciding, however, there should be a criteria in place to decide which bid is best for the project and fits your logistics management. The agreements are then signed and the project management plan is updated. So decide the winner by conferencing with the bidders, having techniques for evaluating the proposals and having independent estimates to make sure the bids are within the range of normal. It does not hurt to seek the advice to experts in the areas you're contracting to get their perspective. So it is the process of obtaining sellers' responses and selecting a seller and awarding a contract. So there are also analytical techniques you can apply, and advertising is a good way to make sure you are casting the widest net possible, so you can decide based on all potential bidders. Then There are procurement negotiation that will be needed to the final contract to meet your needs and the contractors. So some tools and techniques are also there that comes under conduct procurements. First one is bidder conference, and sellers have a clear and common understanding of the procurement management requirements. Proposal evaluation techniques, it is a formal evaluation review process that will be defined by the buyer's procurement policies. Independent estimates, it is uh, it have an estimate of cost prepared by an outside professional estimator to serve as a benchmark on proposed responses. Expert judgment, advertising, analytical techniques that identify the readiness of a vendor to provide the desired end state and avoid cost overruns due to change. And the last is procurement negotiation. Some inputs are also there, and using these tools and techniques, we apply these tools and techniques on that input and we get some output. So this is, I have one chart. Yes, in which inputs is input management plan, procurement document, source selection criteria, qualified seller, list, seller proposal, project documents, make or buy decision, teaming agreement, and OPA. Some tools and techniques are bidder conference, proposal evaluation technique, expert judgment, advertising, internet search, procurement negotiation. And the output that comes by these tools and techniques: selected sellers, procurement contract award, resource calendars, change request, project management plan updates, and procurement document updates. Contract contents usually most of contains the following. First is statement of work. Second one is schedule baseline. Third one is project period. Fourth, pricing, payment terms, warranty, penalties, incentives, insurance arrangements, change request criteria, acceptance criteria, claims handling. So this is everything that comes under the contract content. Now, next is administer procurement, or we can say control. It is the process of managing procurement relationships, monitoring contract performance, and making changes and corrections as needed. So once the contracts are signed, the management of those contractors must be folded into the overall management, and that into a overall management responsibilities, and contractors can have negative impact on budgets and schedules, which can lead to a project going off track or worse. Therefore, regular status updates are necessary to review contractor agreements and get progress updates, and review work performance to make sure that the contracts are meeting, contractors are uh, having meetings the requirement outlined in their contracts, the You hire contractors because they are experts. They are experts in what they do. You still need to monitor and track their work to make sure it's proceeding as a plan. So, if you track your data with project dashboards, view task updates in real time, monitor key matrices, and keep everything on track with project dashboards. So, a dashboard automatically depicts project data in easy to read and colorful charts. So you get total transparency into projects. And many dashboards are provided over online. You can search about this. And uh, in it is the best it is the best to contract a change control system and have regular procurement performance reviews, including inspections and audits, to make sure the work is going right. Performance reporting helps keep managers informed, and a payment system needs to be in place, as well as a claims administration and a records management system. So, first thing that we are going to do is uh, that we already learned about plan procurement management in my last lecture. And uh, in this lecture, we learned about the conduct procurements, control procurements, and now what is close procurement. Just as there is a process to start the procurement, they need there needs one in place to finalize it. What constitutes completed work should be detailed in the initial agreement with the contractors. So there is no confusion of either's part as to when the work is done. Insurance and bonding also will usually require a formal release of liability. This makes sure that there are no outstanding changes related to the value and completion date of the contract. So, procurement audits uh, help with the process, as well as having structured procurement negotiations, a record management system that will also be needed to manage all the paperwork that will be involved with this stage of procurement process. Now, what is the project manager role in procurement? We have learned about we have learned about the plan, uh, conduct procurement, control procurement, and the closing procurement. Now, what is the project manager role in the procurement? uh, Project manager is involved with procurement same as any other aspect they control in the project management process. However, this is a process they might not own with the uh, same authority as other parts of the project, right? Uh, uh, Manager is involved with the procurement same as any other aspect, you can say, that they control in the project management process. While the project manager does have the authority to make agreements with contractors on behalf of the company, the project manager is often not the person who administers that contract once in place. Regardless, it's important that the project manager is in the loop. That means uh, knowing the six processes which the project procurement management knowledge areas as outlined in the PMBOK, that is Project Management Body of Knowledge. The first being the planned purchases and acquisitions, meaning determining what external resources are needed for the project, and the project manager will have control over this as they are more knowledgeable about overall project needs. So, plan contracting is the creating of requirements for whatever products or services are needed, including what companies offer these products or services. Then request seller responses by narrowing down the companies to a handful and then selecting the sellers, which is usually the pure way of the purchasing department. Contract administration is the management of the contract with the vendor, and the project manager will work daily with the vendor's account manager. When the contract is fulfilled, there is contract closure. This is usually uh, handled again by the purchasing department. So, um, the question arises that how project manager can help the procurement. Like any other part of the project, having the right tools can make project management procurement more effective. So many online tools are available, like Gantt charts are also available online. It is like a regular Gantt chart that project managers have been using for uh, millennia, but with none of the downside usually associated with the powerful, but often it is difficult to. So Gantt charts are great for scheduling, and most project management software allows you to upload a spreadsheet or task list, which is then populated as points on a timeline. So some inputs, some techniques, some tools, some outputs are also there in that comes into the conduct procurement. Input includes procurement document as planning, conduct. It includes product procurement document, project management plan, contract, performance report, approved change request, work performance information, and tools and techniques, that is change control, contract change control system, procurement performance reviews, inspections and audits, performance reporting, payment system claim administration, records management system, and output is a procurement documentation, organizational process assets, change request, and project management plan updates. Now, close procurement also includes some inputs, some tools and techniques and outputs. Input includes project management plan, procurement documentations. Tool and technique include procurement audits, negotiated settlements, and record management. And output includes closed procurement, organizational process assets updates. In the last Uh, I can say that an effective procurement management system is key to the success of an organization. Procurement management is much more than a functional area of a business that buys inventory. Procurement management is a strategic function within an organization, and from sourcing quality products to vendor management and controlling cost to ensure the correct quantities of inventory are available to be sold to customer. And as with most strategic organizational process, purchasing management affects all areas within a company and requires people, systems, technology, and discipline. In return, a procurement management system can be the profitability difference maker, having a controlled cost of goods and I can say and in return a procurement management system can be the profitability difference maker, and having a controlled cost of goods and right products in stock in the correct quantities is a key factor in achieving customer satisfaction and organizational growth. So, managing the procurement process like purchasing management has become more complex in the last decade, and with only more challenges in the future. The days of managing vendors and purchasing with a spreadsheet and sticky notes is no longer an option. So effective purchasing is more than finding a vendor and issuing a purchase order. It is a process that can provide great value to an organization, not just from a monetary standpoint, but also by sourcing the highest quality and high demand products at the lowest cost and making sure those products are in stock and available for customer when they need them. So, while each company's specific sourcing and purchasing activities vary, most businesses have that have implemented a purchasing process do so to improve forecasting, determining stocking levels, and handle and control purchasing tasks, monitor vendor performance, and identify savings opportunities. So many of these activities would be extremely difficult and, if not impossible, to do without advanced purchasing tools integrated with inventory management and sales functions. So now the question arises that what features are most important in a procurement management system solution. That is, first I can say need for each product, questions surrounding need, how many should be ordered, and what are the required specifics, colors and quality must be answered in order to purchase correctly. Now take those questions and multiply them by every product, which for so take those questions and multiply them by every product, which for some businesses equates to thousands, and the task can be difficult for casting and trend analysis, enable better buying and decision that can take into consideration trends and seasonality, promotions and changing marketing conditions. So first one is need and second one I can say cost. There are many factors that need to be considered in addition to the price, vendor quotes. Knowing the true cost or landed cost of a product is critical for evaluating vendors, and additionally tracking and aggregating spend across the organization can uncover opportunities to leverage the volume discounts with suppliers. And vendor performance, like insights gained through supplier performance analysis, will enable better planning and improve spend decision making and result in a more cost effective supplier management process. So it is easy access to full vendor historical data, including vendors published price and last cost paid and lead time, allow for ongoing evaluation and establishing new vendor expectations. And I can say multi currency, as global sourcing continues to grow in popularity, the ability to trade in multiple currencies is a requirement for buying and selling internationally. The cost of doing business in each country is different, and a solution must support both your multinational pricing strategy and multi currency conversion. Next one is buying. When stock levels hit a predetermined minimum quantity, the responsible purchasing manager needs to be alerted that a reorder is required. Now, purchase order criteria, whether new or for a reorder, should be quick and easy to easy and include automated approval routing, which assist with reducing unauthorized purchases. Additionally, the capability to easily manage drop shipped orders and special orders easily but separately keeps inventory quantities and forecasting accurate. So there are these are some points that covered into the features that are most important in a procurement management system solution. And now the next question that arise, that those steps that included for better purchasing management with Activate. So how can Activate help your business gain control of purchasing activities, and in the process save money and improve customer satisfaction? First one is determine how and where spending has occurred, and by tracking, analyzing how and where spending has occurred, you will find savings opportunities and gain a better understanding of what has been purchased, what is selling, and how your current vendors are performing. Second one is know your vendors uh, and set your supplier expectations. One of the best places to start when developing vendor expectations and selection criteria is with a look back. In the past, across your product, how have your vendors performed? Third one is understand the true product cost, that numerous fees and expense such as duties, taxes, VAT, government fees, customs, freight, and insurance can occur in the supply chain, that when added to the purchase price of a product can significantly change the true product cost. Fourth one is make better buying decision, like buying the right inventory in the correct amount at the right time keeps in demand products on shelves and customer happy. Fifth one is free up cash by identifying obsolete and overstocked inventory, that there are numerous reasons businesses end up with too much inventory or products that don't sell, overbuying from fear of potential lost sales, and getting a deal from a supplier in encouraging a larger order. and inability to predict customer demand or seasonality, lack of or inventory control and inventory management process. Sixth one is receive low stock alerts, like how many times have you lost a sale because of an out of stock products. And seventh one is streamline the purchasing process, that using technology to streamline procurement saves time, puts controls into place that that can reduce overspending and enables resources to work on more strategic tasks. Eighth one is gain spend control and policy complaints. You see it called everything from purchasing to spending, but stopping unauthorized purchases can significantly uh, reduce the amount of obsolete inventory in a warehouse and saves money. So, activates systematic controls enable purchase orders to be created based on pre established reorder policies and procedures. Ninth is no, when it's time to give the vendor on call. Sometimes even vendors that you have relied on for years run into difficulties in delivering on time. Unfortunately, those delays can um, mm, most I can say mean lost sales and unhappy customers for you. So, with activate purchase orders, expected delivery dates are automatically tracked. 10th is measure purchasing performance. Purchasing management is an important contributor to the profitability and success of a business. Keeping cost low and making sure uh, deliveries are on time ties directly to having the ability to price um, competitively and keeping customers happy. So this is everything about the procurement management plan, conduct, control, and closing. So thank you so much for this lovely session.